Hello there, Marcy here, and in this video we are going to be making some pattern papers using wine. Basically, we're using the techniques from my coffee paper patterns and using them with wine, just experimenting and seeing if wine works the same. Just to let you know, I'm sorry that I didn't post all this time. I was sick. I got the you know what virus, and my husband and I were sick while the kids were not. So we were all trapped at home, and my hubs and I were feeling really bad, and the kids were actually really hyper. So you can imagine how that went. But we're all good now, thank God, and I'm posting again. So a little blooper there, or spoil alert, better than blooper. This bubble one did not work. So it was, I experimented. Maybe you can try it too with your own wine, but this is cheap cooking wine. And I know that you see other materials in the video, but those materials are for other projects. I work in multiple projects at a time so that I can make the most of my time. So, you know, all the materials are going to be listed below, the ones that I used in this video. So and the techniques are the same as in my other videos. So if you want, I can link the coffee making powder paper video in the description, as well as all the materials, like I said. And this video is going to have a giveaway at the end, so stay tuned for that. And we're also going to be making a little booklet or journal or art journal or book, I don't know, a to-go book. It's gonna have 3 small signatures in it, and it's gonna be really pretty. I consider them art journals because that's what they are. When you make something yourself, that's a form of art. So it might not be perfect, it might not be super beautiful, but to me, it's really amazing that people can actually create and have this ability of making stuff, and having that wild imagination. Anyhow, back to the video and my cheap wine painting. They all turned really good. I know that this wine paper, at the time that I'm making the voiceover, it's like almost 2 months old, and so far I haven't seen any mold or anything. So that's why I'm posting, because I want to make sure that whatever I post and share with you guys doesn't develop mold. And if it does, I'll make sure to tell you so that you can scan your work and then print them out and get rid of the originals, like I do, like with my other papers. I do use the originals sometimes I give them away, and some other times I just scan them and use them over and over. And then that's why you have free printables with my paper making videos. Not for this one, because this one's going to be special since it's a giveaway. I'm going to be giving away these papers, but we're going to be making the book, like I said before, with them. So the only reason that I'm using long rice in here, it's because that's the one that I use, but also it absorbs really good moisture, like in the shape I like better than the little round ones. So just a tip there. And also with the noodles, I like to do soup noodles instead of pasta, because the soup noodles are so thin and tiny, they leave a really nice mark instead of a long pasta mark. So just something for you to know. With the wine, you have to be careful where you're working because it can stain the surface. So that's why I keep switching my paper towel around. And this is just a wood piece that I film on top of. It's a wooden piece. So what I do with the wood is just I wipe it really clean after each project, since I work with food like wine and coffee and all that. So I want to make sure my surface is clean so that we don't get any bugs, not like we get any in this cold weather. But anyhow, look at the little soup noodles, like I was saying before. They're so thin and tiny. They really work with this and leave a really nice mark. You're gonna see at the end with the papers I make. Sorry, I was drinking a little bit of water there. If you hear more noise around me, I'm not alone and I have neighbors, so I'm sorry about that. If you have any questions, please leave them in the description below. Because the bubble one didn't work and I needed another piece of paper, I just went with the Ford technique. And I think this is really, really cute because it looks like we're weaving the little marks. It looks like it's going up and under. So it looks pretty cool. And it's really easy. Just wet your fork and make your mark. This is how all the papers turned out before I used them. I think they're really cool and original. Let me know what you think. Which ones do you like best? And now with the papers, I also got some book pages that I covered in gesso and some paint. And the ones that don't have gesso on both sides, I'm making into little envelopes that are going to be in the middle of our signatures. And for the ones that have gesso, I'm making them into pages for the actual journal. And then you'll also need to fold your pages here, the ones that you did with the wine. So we're going to use all of this. You're going to need 3 book pages, and you're going to need 3 little envelope book pages things, and all the papers you have. So you do 1 wine, 1 book page, 1 wine, and then 1 book page in envelope form. And you're going to do this with all of your pages following the same pattern so that you end up with 3 signatures or 3 little collection of papers that are folded in half. Don't worry, you're gonna have 1 left, and that one is for the cover. So I have 2 book pages that were together, and they also have gesso, so they're really sturdy. And what I'm doing here, I'm sorry that I'm a little bit off focus, is I'm folding 2 little lines on the side of the ones that the one that I had in the middle, so it looks kind of like this. And I'm going to align the middle line with the middle line of the 2 book pages, and I'm going to fold like 1/2 inch on top of that so that I have some wiggle room for the page to go in, because we need to use this as a cover, and if we use the same size, it's not going to cover real good. And this is not going to be flimsy at all. You're going to see that it's going to be really sturdy because of the gesso and because we're putting everything inside. So don't you worry, it's going to be a good book. And about those corners, like you measure and everything, it's out on the side. So I'm folding all of the envelopes in, and you're going to see that's still a little bit little. So don't worry, don't freak out. This happens. You just go back to your folding and fold it a little bit longer so that the fold is smaller but the page is longer. And don't worry about the corners. We're going to miter them. We're going to cut them a little bit afterwards, but first we need to really measure and make sure that the journal is in there. We're also going to use some twine and some embroidery floss or whatever thin sewing materials you have that are strong enough for this. So we're going to start gluing this to itself, and I know it's ripped. Don't worry, that happens, and it's not going to be a big deal. It's going to be really stuck in there with this glue. And we do the long sides first. This is important because you want to make sure that those are the strongest, and we're going to reinforce the corners. We're going to flip them like this, and I'm going to glue the little teeny parts here, and then I'm gonna fold the whole thing to like copy the same corners, so it's the same, sorry I'm out of frame, it's the same cut in both corners, and it looks, you know, cohesive. So now that we have this folded, we do our glue, and I know it's like a little not folded correctly totally all the way, but don't worry, this is how I do all my journals, and I promise you they turn out good, and they're sturdy, and they last for a long time. Like I've had one since my son was born, and it's his journal, and I made it before he was born, and he's now 9 years old and still going good, and it's coffee and paper, so don't worry, it's gonna be good. Plus, if you use it as an art journal, you're going to be adding gesso to this thing, so don't worry. Now, for the signatures, I do not measure. I use this pokey thing, and I use my eyesight, so I just eyeball everything. So you measure, you make sure that the little booklet, it's inside your journal, inside the top and the bottom, and you poke a hole, and then you poke a hole on the side of that one and another one. So basically you're going to have 3 holes, one in the middle and 2 on the sides of that one. And here I go. Here again, 1. We're going to poke 2 and then 3. It's going to get a little tight sometimes. Just push it in there and it's good. Now, if you like to measure, go ahead and do a little measuring and all that. But I like to eyeball my things because I have very little time to spare and this works. Trust me, just need to start doing your stuff and it works. And if you make a mistake, just fix it. Nothing is going to happen. It's going to be okay. Now, you're going to see that sometimes it takes a little wiggling around to get the pokey tool through the hole. You can also use a needle. But look, you go inside the middle, all the way out. And then you're going to bring it back through the other side. And sometimes the paper won't go, the needle won't go all the way through all the papers because I don't use a clip to hold them. You can use a clip to hold them together. That's fine. You can do that. But I don't. And sometimes my papers move and that's nothing to freak out about. So you go through the middle, back through one of the sides, then back to the all the way to the other side and then back through the middle. So if you need to do this slowly, just rewind the video and watch it again. No big deal. Sometimes the string gets tangled too. Don't worry, just untangle it. As long as you're making your journal and making art and getting busy, you're practicing. And the more you practice and the more you make mistakes, the more you learn. So now you're just going to tie a little knot. Make sure it's really tight on the outside and in the inside, and that way the knot's going to be hidden in here because remember, this is an envelope. If you like your knot to be on the outside and hang dangly thingies, that's fine. You can do that too. I just like them inside so that I don't see them, and I don't like anything hanging in the outside anymore. I used to, but now I need something practical and easy to lay down on. So again, we're going to do this again, and don't freak out if your your papers move a little bit. That happens. For example, right here, I couldn't go through the same hole. And did I freak out?
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
I guess I did a little bit, but because I was running out of time, I just open your pages, put your needle through one by one. It takes a little longer, but it's okay. It turns out good at the end. So tie them up a little bit, make your little knot, and you'll be good to go. And you just need to do this with the other signature or as many signatures as you want to put inside. I recommend to do 3 to start with, or 1 or 2, but no more than 3 because then it will get too full too quickly and it will be bulky. And I don't know about you, but I don't like the super bulky journals that are always open and hard to work in. That's why I don't do a bunch of embellishments. So this is how the journal looks, or your little books. This is how it looks like. And I think it looks really, really pretty. Really simple. It's got a touch of different, and you can glue these pockets or not. It's your choice. You can use the tape or you can use wet glue. I like wet glue better, but it's it's your opinion. I don't want to do anything to it because I'm gonna be giving it away. So all the rules are in the description. But it's pretty easy and it's open to international. So wherever you are in the world, I'm gonna send you this if you want it and if you win it. So I made this in coffee, and if you want to see that video how I make this little cover, go ahead and click the link in the description. It's just mark making with coffee and some coloring pencils or whatever. So it's a really cool video and it's really easy to make. You can make a bunch of these in like half an hour and everything will smell really good. Sorry, my dog is making noises right by my side. Anyhow, just glue this on the front and in the back, and then you're going to make sure it's centered and that you add enough tape or glue in the middle and on the sides, and that's it. Pretty easy, eh? Now, you're gonna get your twine And your little extra piece of whatever you sewed your journal with. It's this kind of embroidery floss type of rope thing. So just use that, make a little knot in the middle, and then you're going to add this to the spine where you were sewing. So just try to get it through. I try to use my scissors to get it open, but then the pokey tool worked better. So that's what I did. And see, it doesn't go through, but the pokey thing does. So just get them through, make a little knot to where you mark the middle with that knot we did before, and you're good to go. You can tighten a bow, make a messy little tying knot, or just add some dangly things here. But again, I'm all about making it simple so that I can journal. And all these mini card holders, I'm going to put the link below because I also made this, and these are free printable. I have a bunch of free printables, so you just, whenever you go to the free printables website, you can just look at the rest. But yeah, this is how it turned out. Make sure that you are part of the giveaway, and thanks so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.